Welcome back to the channel. Today, doing a little bit of arts and crafts, finishing off a little prototype kind of deal that I started working on, and you saw it in a previous video. But remember this here? I made that. That's all powder coat. You want to know what I'm going to do with it? Stick around. So if you missed it in a previous video, that right there, what you just saw at the beginning of this video was a piece that I tried powder coating to test out what we could do with designs and the tape. I did it very similar to what you guys saw with the bead blaster, which is now really dirty. But you guys saw like how I did that with the tape and everything else. So I'm just gonna cut to the footage where I put the base coat and the clear coat and did the design on this here flywheel, flex plate.
Okay.
Basically, what I'm wanting to do here is part of this whole Speedemon design, or Speedemon design, however you want to pronounce it, kind of like it's spelled, is to do kind of decorations and stuff that would be cool for a garage, a man cave, stuff like that. All sorts of art-based little projects, because that's what I like to do. I like to modify and customize things, and my main passion is the cars, but I do enjoy making just random art and stuff like that. I was always passionate about drawing when I was a kid. So getting back into it, what I'm saying is that I always thought it'd be cool to do one-off pieces of like furniture and design, tool kits or cabinets or whatever, just to make it really, really custom. And I'm gonna try out today making a clock. Sorry about the camera shaking, it's mounted on the table. But we're gonna try this out using an old flex plate. I made a cool design on it. I found a clock at a decent price where I could use technically all the mechanisms, all the motor and stuff out of it. So just gonna give it a little quick spray of paint. So when it's behind, you'll see what I mean later, but when it's behind the flex plate, there's holes on that. You're gonna be able to see right through it. This finish doesn't fit the bill. It doesn't work for the design that I want it to be, or want it to have. And let's see if these cheap ass spray cans work. So now in between coats, this needs a little bit of work too. I have to make mounting tabs off the back that are big enough to clear that motor. It's fairly heavy, so I'm gonna have to make them out of metal, something strong enough. Thinking about using this flat bar, sticking it there, bend it down, drill a hole in it that would fit a screw on the wall so you can mount it. It's heavy enough. I would recommend bolting this into a stud, screwing it into a stud in the wall, not just hanging on the gyp rock. Write that down. let's just hope that welding up these brackets onto the flywheel doesn't burn through the paint too much. I cleaned it up a little bit here and here and here. I tried to get it on that gear, and I'm not even sure what kind of metal that gear is, so this could or could not work. And on the other end of the spectrum, if I get it too hot, it could actually burn that powder coat off. If you remember a few videos back, I welded up the stand, this thing over here. Doing that, you can see the, whoa. You can see how the powder coat burns. So I'm gonna just try my best with this one. So we'll put it down on the trusty stool. Try to get my spots in there. I need a good ground. So let's start it off like this. If you were wondering, those are the clock hands. They come off to like really small sheet metal. Just hitting them with a fluorescent orange, give it kind of a gauge sort of look, and it's going to contrast, I think, really well with the black, chrome, and the blue. So unlike the rest of it, I'm not too worried about even coats, because this is something that I'm not going to touch too much. As soon as it's dry and good, I'm just going to put them on the clock when it's all done. Should look all right. So let's get to welding the piece, the brackets on. Cross your fingers I don't burn it, and that it's going to hold and everything's going to be cool. I might have to kind of keep that in mind, like maybe welding mounting brackets on it would be done in an earlier step in the future, something I do before I actually powder coat it. I think that's probably a good way to roll with it. Anyways, see what happens. All right, that worked out. And it's even steady. It's like actually kind of squared. So, that's hot. Check it out, got mounting tabs. Pretty ugly, but hey, it's a prototype. Now I gotta let that cool, let it do its thing, let the paint dry on the face of the clock and on the arms, and then I can start final assembly. So just find something to do in between while I wait. Now that the paint is kind of cured, time to glue this sucker down. Have it top facing up so I know where to put it, and I'll just drop it in. Try to center it as best I can on top of everything. Give it a little shake and shimmy so that the glue all settles in nice where I want it to. And now we'll just leave it dry. Okay. So let's go through the checklist on this thing now that everything's cured, the paint, the glue, everything I used. So we'll go through the checklist and yep, it's good to go. I'm just gonna quickly assemble it. Just gotta throw the needles on and stuff like that, the arms, the hands, whatever you wanna call it, of the clock. I'm gonna throw a battery in it, mount it up on the wall, and hopefully it looks cool and hopefully it works. Now the only reason I fear that it might not work would be that I painted it, and if any paint got into the little small gearing system here, that could be not cool. But we'll put the hands on regardless. It's very easy to just push on. And gotta make sure I have enough clearance that it can turn without interfering with the face of the flywheel right here. And I think we're good. So let's just put this up at 12:15. I have no idea what time it is right now, but this will do. Cool. Now let's mount it to the wall, baby. So we'll just throw the battery in there. Set the right time on it. And there it is, the prototype flex plate clock, flywheel clock, whatever you want to call it. Looks kind of cool up there, right? I didn't have a clock in the garage. I was gonna initially put it up in the lounge, but I have a clock in there. So it'd be nice to have a clock in the garage. I don't have to keep looking at my phone every time I need to see what time it is. Anyway, that's it for this one, dudes. I'm gonna probably do something with that palette right there with the skyline thing. I'd like to redo the surface, like a stain or a clear coat, see what happens. see what happens, see if I can get any depth out of it, make it look a little bit cooler, maybe throw some lights in behind it and paint the background. I already made some sort of mount system. That's why it's up on the wall now. Much easier to have it up like that and out of the way. It used to be sitting on the floor. Anyways, subscribe, come back. We're gonna make some stuff look cool.